की आवाज आ रही है सर।
आ रही? ओके
जी सर।
सो आज बहुत खुशी है मुझे कि आज हरियाणा सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी के सब लोगों से मिलने का मौका मिला है और मैं आप सब लोगों को
आवाज नहीं आ रही है सर। शायद होस्ट के सिस्टम से आप अनम्यूटेड हैं सर, वो आपके सिस्टम से आवाज नहीं आ रही है सर शायद।
पूजा सुनील जी को कहिए थोड़ा माइक के नजदीक हो जाए, थोड़ा माइक के नजदीक।
नहीं माइक का नहीं है इशू।
अच्छा सर।
और म्यूट होता चला जा रहा है अपने आप।
हाँ, ये ऑटोमेटिकली हो रहा है जी।
ये प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, पता नहीं क्यों ऐसे हो रहा है।
अब आवाज ठीक आ रही है सर?
वो एक मिनट के बाद म्यूट होता जा रहा है ऑटोमेटिकली।
जी सर, वीडियो ऑफ करने के बाद आवाज ठीक आ रही है।
आई विल डू इट नाउ। आई विल मैनेज।
सीधा ठीक है।
सुनील जी आप बात करिए। ओके आई विल मैनेज। सो आज इस कोरोना के दौर में हम सब लोग मिल रहे हैं। मैं आप सब लोगों को शुभकामना देता हूं कि आप सब लोग स्वस्थ रहें और खुश रहे सब लोग। ये बहुत अच्छा है कि आज हमारे वीसी सर, वार्ड सर और आईसीएस सर के प्रोफेसर वीके मल्होत्रा सर और सभी जो सीनियर टीचर्स है यूनिवर्सिटी के, उन सबको मेरा नमस्ते। और खासकर हमारे जो रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स है उनको भी सबको नमस्ते। आई थिंक tell them when only you speak in English, there are so many people who can't understand your English, and so Hindi cannot be banned from the Central University. Central University is in the Haryana. I think for research scholars it is very important to know and to be open for the languages. Otherwise, their research will be superficial. So those who people want to research and attach here in India, they must know the languages here. Otherwise, the research will be only bookish. So I think first my advice to our research scholars will be they should try to learn at least the local language so that they can understand 2-3 language. Research scholars, they must know 2-3 languages. Then only they can have the different references from different books. Otherwise, they will be limited to only their language and English only. And research will be not very, I can't say it will be a very good research. Whether it is in science, whether it is in social sciences or whatever the subjects may be. और इसलिए I want to say that research means first condition is you must know 2-3 languages. The first point I want to say. दूसरा second point is hello. दूसरा पॉइंट ये होगा कि आज के समय में देखिए हमारे सामने रिसर्च के बारे में हमारे यहाँ तो पीएचडीज की नंबर्स में देखा जाए तो पीएचडी जो है वो बहुत अच्छी खासी संख्या में पीएचडीज होती है। पीएचडीज की कमी नहीं है। मेन है कि हमारी एक रिलेवेंट और यूजफुल ऐसी पीएचडीज की आज देश को जरूरत है। एक ऐसी पीएचडीज, ऐसे रिसर्चेस हमारे देश के लिए आज बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है, क्योंकि जो रिसर्च जिससे हमें कोई ओरिजिनल ज्ञान मिले, भविष्य के लिए वो हमें कोई दिशा दिखा सके। और थर्ड है कि हमारी आज की जो प्रॉब्लम्स है, जो व्हाटएवर आज की जो हमारे रिक्वायरमेंट्स है उसको भी एड्रेस करें. एंड ऑफ कोर्स ये भी बहुत बहुत जरूरी है कि किस तरीके से हम अपने रिसर्च को आगे ले जा सकते हैं. अब मुझे लगता है कि 3 पॉइंट्स के बारे में मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ. सबसे पहले तो जो रिसर्च है वो हम लोगों को पहले एक बात सोच लेनी चाहिए कि जब रिसर्च पे जाना है तो हमें मेहनत बहुत करनी पड़ेगी, बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. यू हैव टू पुट योर होल एनर्जी and all your time in the research, then only we can go to the deeper and deeper, and whatever the required conditions for research, then only we can fulfill it. और इसलिए हम लोगों को परिश्रम के लिए सबसे पहले तैयार होना बहुत जरूरी. कई लोग ये भी सोचते हैं कि रिसर्च ऐसे हो जाएगा, ऐसे ही कर लेंगे. तो मुझे लगता है कि ये सबसे पहले बहुत साइकोलॉजिकली हम लोगों को रिसर्च पीएचडी करना है, रिसर्च करना है, तो सबसे पहले उसके लिए हम लोगों को तैयार होना चाहिए. सेकंड पॉइंट मेरा ये है कि हम लोगों को रिसर्च करना है तो जो लाइब्रेरीज में कुछ बुक्स हैं, आजकल इंटरनेट पर बहुत सारी अवेलेबिलिटी है, तो हमारा रिसर्च कट पेस्ट रिसर्च नहीं होना चाहिए, गूगल रिसर्च नहीं होना चाहिए, पुराने जो भी बुक्स है उसी पर केवल रिसर्च नहीं होना चाहिए. Our research should not be only Google research based or only the whatever the available things are in our universities or with our sir teacher, they should not be our material for the research. Our research material, yes, definitely we can use the research material whatever is available with our teacher or whatever is available in our library, or of course in Google and our whatever internet we provides us, whatever the details, we can use it. But definitely if we want to do the research, then we have to go to the original books, original, whatever the original materials, whether it is available in our old books in different languages. Yes, we should go to the reach to that things. The history of our science, sociology, philosophy, whatever it is, there is a n number of books, n number of historical evidences, and contribution of our country in all type of learnings, all type of faculties, whatever we say. So it is very important that we should not be prejudiced with our past, prejudice with our past contributions, and whatever contributions or whatever the stories what are mentioned. So we should not be prejudiced. So I think science or any research means you should be open. Many times what happened in the universities, oh, this is nonsense, this cannot come to the research. So I think this should not be our approach. It should be much open and hello.
सर आपकी आवाज आ रही है सर.
So I think first thing we should go to the original researches, original books, and original material, and by our own we should go reach to the material. So in social sciences, in sciences, generally we should visit the places, we should visit the books, visit the libraries. So I think not only our college or department library, but to the different libraries we should visit. And another thing is our original surveys. Surveys is some statistic you can say, lab research you can say, or if you are doing some research in our social sciences, you should visit the place, you should visit the people, you should have your own interview with the people, and you should by your own you should translate whatever the material, you should get it by first hand and you should translate it in your whatever the language you require. But that should be the original. Otherwise, there are must statistic is available. So just interpreting the statistic should not be the research. So by your own surveys, by your own researches, you should come with your own data. That is very important for the research, I think. And on third point, I will say you should have your new ideas. Only cut, paste, copy, and repetition of the researches by this and that, this and that. That should not be the way of our researches. So I think we should, when we start the research, we should have our own ideas, and ideas must be with the concern for our people, concern for the country, concern for the humanity, the welfare of the humanity, and the better future. So, what are our concerns? We have our social concerns that our life should be happy. Our society should be peaceful and concerned for each other. Our society should be conflict free. Our life should be improved technologically, scientifically, of course. Socially, our life should be improved. Psychologically, we should be upgraded, and all such things are very important. So, whenever we start our research, when we have this type of concerns in our mind, then we can come up with the new ideas. Otherwise, from our research, at the end of the day, there will be no new ideas, no new suggestions, no new solutions. So I think it is very important. First, we should initiate some new ideas, and then we can work on those ideas. I think that type of research will be more useful, and it will be more beneficial for our people, our country, and the whole humanity in large. तो मुझे लगता है कि आज के कोरोना के समय में हम लोगों को एक बहुत बड़ा अपने देश के लिए मौका मिला है। एक अभी मुझे लगता है कि साइंस के लोगों के लिए एक नया हैकाथॉन सरकार ने प्रारंभ किया है। कल ही अनाउंसमेंट हुआ है कि CSIR, AICT वगैरह मिलके कोविड के ट्रीटमेंट के बारे में कुछ हैकाथॉन आयोजित करेंगे। मुझे लगता है कि एक बहुत अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है, और इसमें यूनिवर्सिटीज के स्टूडेंट्स को, खासकर रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स को भी पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहिए, और यूनिवर्सिटीज अपने लेवल पर भी इस तरह से कर सकते हैं। दूसरा, मुझे लगता है कि अगर हम लोग आगे ऐसे न्यू आइडियाज ले सकते हैं तो बहुत सारी चीजें हम लोग नए तरीके से लेकर आ सकते हैं। दूसरा, अभी क्या है कि अभी इकोनॉमिक मॉडल के बारे में भी एक थॉट चल रहा है कि हमारा साइंस इकोनॉमी का मॉडल हमारा क्या होना चाहिए। अभी जिस तरीके से हम लोगों का कोविड में जब लॉकडाउन हुआ है, बहुत बड़ी संख्या में हमारे प्रोडक्शन एक जगह हो रहा है, रॉ मटेरियल एक जगह है, और हमारे जो काम करने वाले वर्कर्स है वो एक जगह से जा रहे हैं। तो बहुत बड़ा माइग्रेशन है इधर से उधर, एंड देन सप्लाई चेन इज आल्सो अनदर माइग्रेशन। सो दिस टाइप ऑफ मूवमेंट जो इतना बड़ा मूवमेंट है हमारा, तो नए तरीके से मॉडल हमारा क्या होगा, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हमारा नया मॉडल क्या ऐसा हो सकता है कि जिसमें हम इन सब चीजों को एड्रेस कर सकेंगे, और जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है इन एनी प्रोडक्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, उसको भी हम कैसे कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं, कम कर सकते हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी को अपग्रेड कर सकते हैं। ये मुझे लगता है कि बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, और इसलिए इस दृष्टि से हम लोगों को अभी जो आत्मनिर्भर भारत का एक नया मतलब चीज सामने आ रहा है, उस दृष्टि से भी बहुत सारे नए चीजें ओपन हो रही है। उस दृष्टि से मुझे लगता है हम लोगों को कई सारे नए आइडियाज आज रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स को देने की जरूरत है। सम पीपल दे नीड दैट they need for new ideas, and I think research scholars can play important role in such type of developments in the universities, in our policies, and whatever the government comes with the new plans. I think that can be influenced by the research community, and that is very important. all plans and policies should not be only politically driven. So for that, university's role and research students' role is very important. Just discussing with some political people is not a wrong thing. I think if I am in a social work, uh, the people should come and go and discuss with people because they are deciding your fate. So I think no research scholar should be allergic with anybody. And some people say, while I agree, mention going for that now. And you write in this window. मुझे लगता है बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट होगा कि हमारा रिसर्च पीएचडी के लिए निश्चित रूप से आप एक किसी भाषा में पीएचडी कर सकते हैं, इंग्लिश में ही कर सकते हैं। लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि अगर हम लोग देश समाज को जानना चाहते हैं तो आप लोगों को हमें देश की भाषाएं और देश से संबंधित हम काम करना चाहते हैं। और मुझे लगता है कि वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट द लैंग्वेज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड मल्टीपल लैंग्वेजेस रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स शुड नो द मल्टीपल लैंग्वेजेस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। और मुझे लगता है कि एक बात बहुत जरूरी है, किसी भी विद्यार्थी को वो अगर अपनी नॉलेज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट और किस तरीके से उसके पास ये सारी तो मुझे लगता है कि उसके आधार पर ये सारी चीजें हो सकती है। मैं पुनः एक बार सभी रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स को बहुत शुभकामना देता हूँ और निश्चित रूप से मुझे लगता है कि सेशंस में आप लोगों के लिए जो मुझे सुटेबल होगी उसका आप लोग मैं आप सब लोगों को बहुत बहुत शुभकामना देता हूँ।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। आपने एक रिसर्च को एक अलग डायरेक्शन देने के बारे में जो बात कही है, रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स को समझाया है। We are very thankful and blessed that you gave your precious time. Request Dr. Anand Sharma to please give vote of thanks to sir.
माननीय सुनील अंबेकर जी, माननीय प्रोफेसर वीके मल्होत्रा,
सर आपने म्यूट कर लिया। सर प्लीज कंटिन्यू सर।
एक बार सुने। जी क्या कह रहे हैं?
जी सर, जी सर।
हाँ
सिस्टम से हो रहा है।
प्रेजेंटर से जो हेलो
प्लीज बोलिए, आप प्रेजेंट हैं सर।
जी जी
त्यांचा मुलगा चहाची गाडी चालवतो स्कूटी आहे. 10वी आणि शाळेत कोण आहे?
फोन कर देंगे ठीक मत है।
लेकिन आज हेलो
जी जी सर।
मेरा साथ नहीं दे रही है और मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूं हमारे सभी अतिथियों का जिन्होंने अपना बहुमूल्य समय निकाला और माननीय सुनील अंबेकर जी ने हमें एक उद्बोधन दिया कि किस तरह से हम अपने स्वदेश की भावना से, अपने स्वदेशी भाषा की गौरव से रिसर्च में हम जो अपनी ओरिजिनल थिंकिंग है उसको डेवलप कर सकते हैं और उसके माध्यम से जो भारत की पुरानी बहुत रिच परंपरा रही है, चाहे वो आयुर्वेद हो, चाहे वो विज्ञान हो, चाहे वो अन्य विषय हो, उनमें हम अपने देश की इस कोरोना काल में खास तौर से जबकि हम स्वाभिमान भारत की बात कर रहे हैं, तो सर आपका जो ये उद्बोधन है निश्चय ही हमारे रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स के लिए, पार्टिसिपेंट्स के लिए बहुत बहुत प्रेरणादायी होगा। तो एक बार मैं फिर उन्हें बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं क्योंकि मुझे लग रहा है तकनीक ज्यादा साथ नहीं देगी, इसलिए मैं इसी के साथ अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूं और पूजा जी से कहूंगा कि आगे की कार्रवाई करें।
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like. Now I would like to invite our guest of honor, Professor V.K. Malhotra. Professor V.K. Malhotra is presently Member Secretary, Indian Council of Social Science Research, New Delhi. Professor Malhotra is Professor of Economics and served CCS University, Meerut as Professor as well as Head Department of Economics, coordinated admissions, examination and evaluation, and as a part of the team of teen students welfare. We welcome you, sir, in our session, and we are blessed that you gave your time to us. Over to you, sir.
आप लोगों को मेरी आवाज आ रही है क्या?
जी सर आ रही है।
जहाँ इंटरप्शन हो let me congratulate Shore Initiative Center University.
The voice is not coming.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, shall I continue?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Okay. I was listening to Shri Sunil ji, who raised few very, very pertinent points about number of PhDs or doctoral scholars in the country. He also raised the issue of plagiarism when he said cut-paste research, and he also underlined the importance of original works and original ideas, and said that all researchers finally have to serve the society for a happy society, life, and upliftment of the downtrodden. Did say the present crises in the world are definitely forcing us to think in terms of a new model at economic level and also at social level. And he also underlined the importance of self-reliant India in days to come and what could be done about it. There are a few questions in mind. I think those questions need to be addressed in this kind of inaugural session, which is meant to be there in a research methodology workshop. The question number one that I have in my mind is India's visibility in researches. Another question that I intend to address is our scientific knowledge and how is the scholarship, how, how is the scholarship doing or performing. As far as India's visibility in researches is concerned, we know that in science and technology researches, India is ranked at number 3 as per Scopus statistics. The National Science and Technology Management Information, NSTMIS, and Department of Science and Technology also accept this fact that India is ranked at number 3 in scientific publications, especially in science and technology. India's growth rate of scientific publications as per Scopus statistics and as per SCI database has been 8.4% and 6.4% against the average of the world, which stands at 1.9% and 3.7%. As per reports, we know that Government of India spends 0.7% of GDP on research and development. While many countries which are doing or which are producing a comparable kind of research, yet they're spending much more than what India is spending in proportion of the GDP. For example, Brazil is spending 1.3% of their budget or GDP. Russia spends 1.1% of their GDP. China spends 2.1% of GDP. South Africa 1% around. US, UK, they spend more than 2.5% of their GDP in researches. And they, especially 5-6 countries, and then I said that India in science and technology, India is ranked at number 3. In social science domain, India is ranked right now at number 8 for which. As far as the allocation or say the distribution of our research expenditure, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Please continue.
As far as distribution of our research expenditure over different domains is concerned, engineering and technology we spend 0.39% of our GDP, which takes the largest share of the research expenditures in the country. Medical sciences, they take away 0.05% of the GDP. Science and agriculture science researchers take 0.03% of GDP, and social science researchers account for 0.024% of it. In SSR domain, that is social science research, to which respected Sunilji was also making a reference, we have been spending 0.024% of GDP in our ranking, which used to be 12th until 2015-16, has come down or has increased or improved to 8th. And our publication share, which used to be a few years back, used to be 1.18% or 1.2%, has increased to 2.86% of the total world publications. There is no other country in the world which is spending so little, that is 0.022% of the GDP, and yet accounting for the 8th rank in the world, or 2.86% of the total scientific publications in SSR domain. In SSR domain, in science and technology domain, our share is currently at 7.3%. And in science and technology domain, our growth rate in 2019 was 0.8, that is slightly less than 1%, whereas in 2018 it was 18.24%. On the other hand, in policy domain, in social science domain, our share, which has increased to 2.86% over the last 2-3 years, and the total number of publications has increased from 10,854 in 2015 to 23,648 in 2019. Our growth rate in social science research publications last year recorded a jump of 33.92%. In 2018, there was a 17.7% the previous year. The average growth rate for the last 10 years has been 15.7%. We have been harboring this belief or this myth, in fact, for long, that India does not constitute a highly scientific society. Just to deal with that part of the things, I think it would be an appropriate platform to talk about that. We had a culture of being scientific, being experimental, being theory builders, being mathematicians, being analysts, to being software professionals now, being artificial intelligence professionals, being machine learning professionals, being best technology, people known for quantitative and qualitative inclinations, being interdisciplinary scientists, and also believers of holistic and integral approach scientists. I said that India's scientific knowledge, I'm using the other word for that, scientificism, has moved from sages to ages. And I'll give you a few examples of how India has moved forward and how our scientificism since ancient times, maybe 2,500, 3,000 years ago, has been performed. You can have a look at Kautilya's Arthashastra, which is relevant for political science, statecraft, economics, and public administration, and maybe governance till date. Aryabhat's zero, his invention of zero, might have come into existence out of a lot of, let's say, research. Decimal system that we have given to the world must have been developed after the research. Binary system by Pingala, Kennard's theory of atoms, Aryabhat's astronomical knowledge. Susartal is known or was known for ancient surgery. Chakrawala's method of algorithm, they're all even important for the contemporary world, in the sense when we talk about computer programming, we talk about algorithm. And even in the modern times, if we talk of health, more than health, keeping hygiene and maintaining health rather than being medicative in the process, it is always better that we go about the preventive care. And Ayurveda, yoga, and meditation, they teach us all about good health, how to maintain it, and how to preserve a good health, even for long times. But surprisingly, we are said to be lesser known for our research contribution to the world. It is very surprising that few years back, our citation was said to be low. We are till date known to a lesser extent for our innovative capabilities, because we have been investing less, and we have perhaps not making us visible to the sufficient level where we can make or leave our marks at the international level. Uh, this is perhaps the reason that has forced us to perhaps assume that we have not been historically, culturally a scientific society, and we do not cast a scientific society. Whereas the fact of the matter is entirely different, and I have tried to talk about that in the previous section. How is the knowledge or society or the scholarship of the country doing right now? We know all of us aspire to be Vishwaguru. And when I say Vishwaguru, we mean that we aspire to create a big question before us is whether we will be knowledge creator or we will be mere knowledge borrowers or disseminators or followers. So these are the important questions. What kind of role do we want to assume for ourselves in terms of knowledge? Uh, as Sunilji very rightly explained, that for doing something new, creating something new, knowledge has to be our primary concern. Those of us who believe and believe without much background or foundation that we are short of talent. The answer to that question is that India at no point of history or even till date has been short of the talent. Rather, we are the people who constitute perhaps the best talent in the world. All intelligence-based examinations of the world, they stand in evidence of this reality that India has the largest pool of the talent in the most intelligent people in the world. They have been there at different points of time, and they are there even today. But how to use this talent? Where should it go? How should it be trained? Are they trained? I'm thinking some important questions. Are they for self-making? So they are to be trained for making of a nation or society. Or how should we combine the nation's interest with Adam Smithian context, the self-interest of the people? That I think is very, very important question. More talented people, as Vivekananda rightly said, more talented people have to take more responsibility of leading the world of knowledge. Our subjects, these are some questions for the research scholars of the country. Our subjects have to accordingly change. As everybody says, that's to exist a larger goal for the knowledge-based society, for knowledge leaders in the world, and accordingly for knowledge creators or those who assume the role of knowledge creators, the subjects must change in terms of the fact we must ask ourselves as researchers, what can I create? How can I be more impactful? How can I leave my impressions both on society, nation, and maybe the globe? Our knowledge, skills, performance, dedication, and purpose, they are all to be made very, very clear. Research, few questions for the professionals. Research for promotion, research as a mere degree, research for mere money power or some other kind of power, or research to contribute to the society and society's sake, or solve the problem of the nations, or that of the world. But we have to remember, none of these issues is mutually contradictory. We need to combine all these issues or blend these issues very well. We know knowledge creation and research has a lot of externality. And when I say externality, that means a rupee of investment made in research can definitely give us results in many other expenses elsewhere. But when we look at today's world, there is a lot of reference being made to COVID-19 also. And I do make one such reference. The entire world is looking at the development of a new medicine, a new drug, or a new vaccine, which can come in the market and people can have a sigh of relief. So we are still depending a lot, despite being such a modern society, thinking in terms of that we have perhaps reached at the pinnacle of where we should have to, but we are nowhere. The advancements of the countries are being pushed, and we are still looking for a drug or a medicine to fight against the coronavirus. We must understand the paradigms are changing, and I think Sunilji very rightly made a mention about that. We must understand paradigms are changing and they are changing very quickly. The West has also realized that no model propagated by them is correct. We can have a look at the Nobel Prize winners of the last 2 years and can realize that how the paradigms in the West have very quickly changed, and they are also realizing that whatever they had discovered so far, and whatever they were talking about so far, was not sufficient as far as advancements or the welfare of the world is concerned. The meaning of the development also needs new explanations. And I'm using a word, maybe new ventures, if we could enterprise. What has happened in reality? Our researchers have not emerged from our issues and our land. Our researchers must emerge from our own issues, our own land. They must be deeply rooted into the kind of people, geography, situations that we have. And they should not merely work as the votaries of the international advancements. We need to think about it, at how a society which was based on sacrifice, excellence, performance, and delivery suddenly became corrupt and unethical. The issue of ethics, Sunilji discussed it in the context of plagiarism also. What else is important? And we should be paying attention to what else is important and where should our model of development, our model of thinking, our track of research must shift us. We need to align our interest with that of the society or with that of the nation for the creation of knowledge, not merely for release and promotion, but to openly debate, discuss, cooperate, sacrifice, train, work as mentors for the future scholarship. I'm listing few issues for the interest of the future research scholars because we need to understand that compartmentalization in days to come is not good. Divisions and boundaries have to be broken, and we have to work in cooperation and in association with all others also. The kind of boundaries that we have built over a very long period of time are not going to survive or sustain in days to come. All scientific researchers or all science and technology researchers have strong links with the social sciences. And all social scientists must give and share their understanding with the scientific, with the people in science and technology for future development of the researchers also. The new issues that everybody among us realizes today are of immense importance and are there before the world. They include health, hygiene, environment, security, climate change, urbanization, rural transformation, demographic changes, water resources, international relations, and very prominently as we are facing. Prime Minister in today's speech in Leh Ladakh has repeatedly said expansionist, Vistarvadi factor. So international relations, neighborhood relations to the neighborhood, they are of significant importance. I would like to invite your attention towards some of the developments that have taken place, how boundaries are being broken, neuropsychology kind of researches, bioeconomics researches, social biology researches, history and science researches, machine learning, and society or social work related researches. They are taking up the shape now. We have to all bring it together and we must follow a bottom-up approach. In fact, and because that alone will be constituting inclusive, sustainable model for the researchers. For the attention of the researchers, I would like to say, since you have to continue with this workshop for next 6 to 7 days, let me point out that everything in research is important. Be that topic of the research, you must ask yourself a question that what in particular I'm going to do, what new I'm going to invent or research or give or contribute to the society, and what are the methods that I'm going to talk about. how deep rooted, how connected, well connected those methods are with my own land, who are going to be the experts in those areas. The kind of books, the kind of referencing that we are going to do, the kind of reference material that we are going to read and we are going to dedicate to the society or the nation, techniques of data collection and analysis, and constructive conclusion making, constructive criticism making, and finally contribution making in the domain of research. I hope that my message has reached to all those who are participating and my voice was audible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time. And हमारे researchers, I'm sure, will be benefit with your vast experience. Now, I would like to invite Professor D.P.S. Verma. Professor D.P.S. Verma has been a professor in the Department of Commerce, Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi. Sir has more than 32 years of experience in teaching and research. He has also been Deputy Director with the MRTP Commission New Delhi for 4 years. Currently, he is management consultant and is associated with a number of universities, management institutions, UGC, AICTE, PSCs, etc. in the various capacities. I welcome you, sir, in the inaugural session of our workshop. Over to you, sir. Professor D.P.S.
গেলে এক্ষুনি যাও কারণ কি 5:30
Professor D.P.S. Verma, sir.
এই পাশ থেকে পাশে ফুল দিয়ে 1000
এত করোনা মধ্যে
তুমি এক্ষুনি তো বললা যে হ্যাঁ
I guess you are not connected with the audio, sir. I guess there are some technical issues that is not able to connect the video. Now I would like to invite Professor Arti Kuhar, the Vice Chancellor of our university. Sir is working as Vice Chancellor at the Central University of Haryana. He is also the Chairman of Indian Academy of Microbiology and Head as member University Grant Commission and the Joint Director of Institute of Lifelong Learning, University of Delhi. Sir has completed more than 18 projects funded from DBT, DST, UGC, CSIR and many more. Sir has 4 patents to his credit on different areas of biotechnology and has authored more than 200 publications and also edited 4 books. Recently, sir has served as a member of UGC chairperson and members of various UGC committees and also a member of executive council and governing body of UGC, NAHC and various colleges and universities. Professor Kuhar has been the president of Association of Microbiologists of India, and sir is recipient of the prestigious AMI Lifetime Achievement Award in 2019, Professor G.S. Rangaswamy Memorial Award in 2017 from Association of Microbiologists of India, G.B. Mansrekar Award 2014, AIM Platinum Jubilee Lifetime Achievement in 2013, and the list goes so long. Professor Kuhar has contributed in the development of model curriculum for UGC in accordance with the choice-based credit system for more than 100 undergraduate courses and drafting UGC regulations on minimum qualification for appointing of teachers and other academic staff in universities and colleges and considered for the maintenance of standards of higher education. Presently, the academic calendar in this pandemic has been designed by Honorable Sir, and Sir has contributed a great for the students in this pandemic time and how their education can goes on. I request Professor R.C. Kuhar, sir, please come and give the words of blessing to our participants. Over to you, sir.
Manjuji for giving an opportunity to again interact with the researchers who are joining on this webinar. And it's a very good thing. First of all, I would express my gratitude to respected Sri Sunil Ambedkarji, who has just say delivered his speech on the research we need to think of and we need to carry out. Professor V.K. Malhotra ji, Member Secretary ICSSR, Dr. Alok Pandey ji, National in charge SOT, Professor, I heard that Professor D.P.S. Verma is not around, and Dr. Abhishek Tandon, and whole team of SOD and Central University of Haryana, ICSR, and the faculty from Central University of Haryana, research students, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome each one of you. Sunil Ambedkarji has rightly pointed out that the students need to understand by having a knowledge at least one additional language, and specifically he emphasized on knowing about the local knowledge, language. Because it is very, very important that the institution where it is situated and you are, say, studying, at least 2 to, say, 4 years you have to spend, and if you are joining the research, you have to spend about 6 to 8 years. Therefore, when our government also has given a formula of 3 languages, and one of them should be local language, and I think once we know a bit Hindi, then I think every problem is solved, and I think everybody should try to learn Hindi. Yes, I agree what Sunil ji has mentioned, that there are a lot many PhDs are being awarded these days, and there are many students those who are doing PhD, but I think the quality of the PhD work or the research work is more important, and we need to look into it. And we underline that the research should be which could contribute, which could add to the existing knowledge in the literature. Secondly, it should be targeted to solve certain problems. These could be social problems, these could be economical problems, these could be industrial problems, these could be problems related to the health and agriculture. And of course, the objective should be how the outcome of these research projects can benefit our society in one way or the other. And dear students, when young researchers are here, I think young researchers need to understand the very first basic thing, that what a researcher is. Unless until you don't understand that what a researcher is one who sees beyond what you can see. And I tell you, when you are a student, when you are a researcher, when you are a teacher, when you are a scientist, and any designation anybody is getting or having, I think that word itself has its own meaning. It is lying, it is hidden within that word. And in order to understand, specifically I am emphasizing on the researcher, that every letter of the researcher, if you go into, say, the meaning of or a word, that every letter stands for a specific adjective. specific quality, specific property, and specific responsibility. You will understand, you will come to know yourself that what a researcher is. And then what you are going to do? Research. It's very, very important that before you do research, you must know what research is. Say you can go around. People have completed their lives in research, and sometimes they don't know what the research is. You become masters in the subject, and sometimes you don't know what exactly means your subject is. Therefore, Albert Einstein has said, if we knew what we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? It's a matter to see. Therefore, search for knowledge through clearly defined objectives and systematic methods to find solution to a problem is research. And this statement, what I have read before you, that includes everything, even all sort of your research methodology, the 7 days workshop you will be doing. And for a researcher, there are several steps, and it's very, very important. Because research methodology is not that what kind of the methods, the techniques, and the tools you have been using, and just care about that. But according to me, the research process itself starts from deciding in history, in political science, in botany, in geology, in management, Sanskrit, which area you want to work. Therefore, it's very important that for a researcher to select the area first. Then, once you select the area, that will help in selecting the university or the institution. Well, then you have to think of the department or the laboratory. And then it's another important aspect is that, say, who should be your guide, who should be your mentor, who should be your supervisor. These are very important steps because this is, I think, the lifetime highest degree you are going to do and highest, say, learning you are going to have so that you are entering into a different phase of life. Then you need to identify the research problem. And when you identify the research problem, then there are also various steps that unless until you don't study the relevant literature, it's not that you approach to your supervisor and supervisor advise you, hey man, fine, no problem. You just carry out this survey and say, just what are the economic, say the opinion of Kabir or Rahim about the economic aspects during that period and compare with the present one. I think there are 100 theses like that, and people have been using that. Therefore, when you will go through the literature, you'll be able to find out the gap area. And once you could catch the gap area, I think that will help in identifying your research problem. Once you identify the research problem, you need to develop your research proposal. So that, what you're talking about is synopsis preparation. But when I'm emphasizing being a science student, that you develop the complete proposal, not only synopsis. So that you will be having a guide with you in black and white, in the form of text. And then it will be easy for you to plan And according to the objective, you decide about that which methods, which techniques, which tools, which help you in meeting out these objectives. And you also have to see that what kind of the techniques, tools which you require, whether they are available within these institutes, whether they are available in the collaborating institutes or the laboratory. If some of them they are not, say, could be available to you in say 3 years time, then you need to, I think, select another method which could help you in completing your work, because you have to take care of, say, the time as well. It's not that, say, go on doing, say, the PhD program and say spend 5 years, 10 years, 8 years. So, meaning by that you need to focus on what is controllable. And if you could focus what is controllable, I think you'll be able to work within the stipulated period. And your proposal has to be competitive. When it will be competitive, I think automatically it will have value. It will have application. And of course, Sunilji has emphasized that a researcher has to be, I think, hardworking, laborious, and the problem should be oriented either towards solving the local or the regional problems or the national or the international problems. That also one has to keep it in mind. Professor Malhotra has beautifully briefed, underlined, say, the few aspects which Sunilji has touched. And he has given a very good statistics explaining the expenditure in research compared to our GDP, as well as he has reported the outcome of our research as well. He has also given example of the 5 or 6 different countries, giving a picture about the percentage of the GDP is being spent to support the research. I think that alarms us. Our government needs to spend a bit more, so that if we see the development, that number of research papers which were 10,000 something figure, I could not say write the exact figure he has given about, but because of the technical problem, but I could catch it that maybe somewhere near about 10,500 something, and after say 3 or 4 years time, it has reached to 23,000. And our science and technology research growth rate had jumped to a satisfactory level. Our citation, which was, say, 3-4 years back very low, now has, I think, jumped up. Therefore, yes, our research is increasing exponentially, and he has given example that we need to work hard, we need to dedicate, and those who can work, I think they should take more responsibility. He has also quoted Swami Vivekananda ji that more talented people should take more responsibility. Wonderful. Say, I'm grateful to Professor V.K. Malhotra that at this, say, platform, near about more than 3,000 young researchers, they have been hearing it, and I think they need to know that our government is planning very much, but because of this COVID, we have been facing problem. Otherwise, as per the new education policy also, the government had planned to spend more, and I think our economy will continue to, say, rise, and the government will be able to spend more and more, say, on our research, and our research will improve. And there are several kind of the research programs, and specifically in this area about developing the therapeutics or say the drugs specifically in relation to the COVID-19, say the infection. I think youngsters should come forward because they are more say techno savvy. They know the technology and they can make use of the computational biology or artificial intelligence in order to say design some drugs and say the approach will certainly help one day in finding out a good quality drug for controlling our the coronavirus. Dear friends, during this period, the 7 days period, certainly you will be talking about the research methodology. But before we go to research methodology, the researcher, because I'm a student and I'm a teacher and I take, say, these subjects, say, this way, instead of giving a special lecture, I try to emphasize, say, on what a researcher they should understand. Because most of those who have joined, I came to know that they are the beginners. So, a research methodology, one should understand what it is. Then research methods and techniques also are very important. And research methods and techniques, they are specific to the specific kind of, say, the work area. Say if you want to work in business startups or you want to work in the area of the other business or then you have to take care of, you must know the most frequently used methods or techniques like observations, surveys, interviews, focus groups, experiments, secondary data analysis, mixed methods. And then you have to go as per your research design or hypothesis. And you have to emphasize more and more on quality of research. In social sciences, I was going through, because being a science student, we take, say, the quality parameter in a different way, but in social sciences, the quality parameters are taken, say, differently. And I think if I could share with you, the 6 types of qualitative research are widely used in business, education, and government organization models. And these types of qualitative research I'm sharing with you: phenomenological model, ethnographic model, grounded theory, case study, historical model, narrative model. This way, I think you need to be very, very, I think, observative about the various kind of the steps during the research you have to take. At the end, I would say that I wish you all the best. Specifically, I congratulate the organizers. I think research methodology, if the research students could understand, not only the carrying out the work using the tools and techniques, then what sort of ethics a researcher has to use, that's also very important. And there are several, say, the ethical aspects which the researcher has to take into consideration. In addition to the deciding about what criteria should be taken into account for determining the quality of research, good research, then there are various stages also for research process. I have briefed in before that. And then, of course, research publication ethics. When you publish the research, you have to make use of various ethical steps. The scientific misconduct means fabrication, falsification, plagiarism, or other practices that seriously deviate from those that are commonly accepted within the scientific community for proposing, conducting, or reporting research. Therefore, it is very important the students must know. Then you also must know that which tools you could use to enhance the publication efficiency. Because when you are doing research, the publication is very, very important because that's the real evaluation of your research quality. And these days, there are various tools are also available in order to enhance the publication efficiency. Reference management tools, journal selection tools, and plagiarism detection. Then in research, I think referencing is very, very important aspect. Whether, say, you go for referencing or bibliography, you must know, say, the slight difference in that. And there are many types of referencing style. And the researcher must know, because I have seen practically myself during, say, the faculty selection, that many students simply they have been following the pattern of their seniors, but they don't know which style they have used, say, for referencing. Therefore, there are various, say, style have been mentioned, say, in the literature, Chicago style, MLA style, or NPA style. The student must know about these kind of, say, aspects as well. Therefore, research methodology includes almost everything. And then, of course, the issue of copyright as well at the end of the day, because you can make use of your, if it is really very good idea, novel idea, say you have started the work and say if it is transformed into a real novel idea and you could prove it, I think you can go for patenting. And this way, the research could be useful in many ways to the society or ultimately to our nation. Thank you very much. I appreciate for your patience hearing. Once again, I congratulate the organizers, and I'm very much grateful to Sri Sunil Ambekarji as well as Professor V.K. Malhotraji that they spared the time, and I think continuously, say specifically Professor Malhotraji continuously say listening us, and he's showing his presence with all of us. That's an encouragement to all of us. But of course, we can understand that because of the technical problem, Adaniya Sunil Ambekarji also stayed for a long time, and he spent, I think, near about 1.5 hours, and he had another meeting and he had to go. We are grateful to him. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pooja. Over to Pooja now.
Thank you so much, sir. Very well explained by sir how the research should have been conducted, how we should focus the utility of research, not just wasting that into lives and not just waste our research in the labs or internet only. Thank you so much for your blessing, sir. You gave your precious time in the workshop. Now I request Dr. Anand Sharma, convener of this workshop, for vote of thanks. Over to you, sir. I request Dr. Anand Sharma for vote of thanks.
Thank you, Pooja ji. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Thank you. Once again, first of all, before I start, with folded hands, I feel apology to all our worthy guests who came here. Mananiya Mananiya Ambekar ji, Sunil Ambekar ji, Professor V.K. Malhotra ji, Professor D.P.S. Verma ji, our respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Ganesh Chandra Tripad ji, senior faculty colleagues, from various parts of the country, faculty members, research scholars, and dear students. In fact, due to technology glitch, today lot of precious time was wasted, and now immediately after this program we will ensure that from onwards our program should go smooth. So first of all, I announce that whatever schedule, whatever lecture we have scheduled today, we will take it tomorrow. Just after this meeting, we will find what technological changes we have to do, and we will send you the detailed schedule after this meeting, or maybe by 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, you will get the new link for tomorrow. We are thankful to, first of all, Shodh, the young and energetic group of scholars who are enthusiastically committed to learn something and spread the message of good learning, spread the message of how to go with the nation, how can we contribute to the cause of academics during this corona time, COVID-19 pandemic. So we are thankful to the whole team led by Rahul ji, Pooja ji, we can see from Haryana, and at national level, Alok Pandey ji, we are very, very thankful to you. We are thankful to ICSSR leadership, Professor Malhotra ji and Professor Abhishek Tandon ji, our good friend. They agreed to our request that during this corona time, when some students, scholars are feeling idle, that what to do at this time, in order to engage fully, engaging them meaningfully, so ICSR and Central University of Haryana, we all came together. We tried to engage students in a productive way. And you all must have seen the brochure of this 1 week workshop. Eminent research experts from various universities, Banaras Hindu University, Delhi University, Punjab University, Central University of Himachal Pradesh, and many more. Central University of Haryana, certainly. So experts and professors from these universities during this time, and they have contributed just for the cause of scholars, students. They are not charging anything. So that is the important thing, that they have a mission for academics. We are thankful to the all senior researchers, experts and professors who have agreed to our request to be the experts for this various sessions of this workshop. We are thankful to the participants from all across the countries. Very, very encouraging participation, more than 3,700 participation. And when we were taking meeting of organizing committee, we had to take the decision. Earlier, we started this idea to organize this workshop with a range of 200 to 300 to 50 participants. But then we have to change, seeing this huge response from all across the country. So we decided that let's take more and more. That is basically idea of all shows, and we also, because we want that maximum beneficiaries should be there. It should not be that only 200, 100 privileged, participants who could register early, they take advantage. So this decision was taken, but certainly the technology decision which we took, maybe we need to rethink over it. because disturbance during studies cannot be accepted at any point of time, because you have to concentrate, you have to understand the concept, and this is not a easy subject when you are studying the technical aspects of research methodology. It requires full attention. That is why we thought that we will find alternative way. We will have a meeting just now, and I assure all the participants that we will have a foolproof system tomorrow. Secondly, as we have intimated you, those participants who received the letter, you must be aware that we have written few instructions, and one instruction which Poojaji is continuously, announcing, and as a learned society, we are, I think, the top, you can say, top part of the academic society of the country, because you are researchers and teachers. And if we are not maintaining this cyber discipline, we can say, this online meeting discipline, again, this normal. Request you on the function that please mute your audio and video until and unless you are asked to mute, because it will help you as well as help us and help other participants also. So that is first thing. Second thing is that you need to fully concentrate on all the sessions. You need to give your feedback. We will devise the method. We will tell you on your WhatsApp group you must have received. So we have made WhatsApp groups separately. So on these WhatsApp groups, you will be getting information. If you are not getting information somehow through WhatsApp group, you must have received some email. On that email, you can revert, right? And chat box also you can use. But once again, I request you, we should use the chat box. We should not misuse the chat box. When you are all saying hi, hello, good morning, good evening over chat box, what will happen? The person who is speaking, person who is talking, presenting, his attention get diverted. Attention get diverted. Certainly, the delivery, get affected, and ultimately it causes harm to the participants. So I request once again all the participants that I'm thankful that you all have shown interest in this workshop. I'm sure that you will get advantage out of this workshop. The whole team is, dedicated for you only. Very senior persons are there to train you, to guide you. But I request you that please follow the basic instructions which we have sent you in email, which the presenter is announcing. Because what happened when our chief guest was there, many people were sharing screen. Just now I can see Mr. Amresh. Mr. Amresh is sharing screen, and there are many more. So sometimes what happens, that this online education is a new normal, is a new phenomena. Maybe possible. I am also not much tech savvy. It may happen. So what happens? You need to learn. You need to log in 15 minutes before and listen the instructions carefully. And you have to complete the assignment, whatever is given at the end of the day. So once again, I thank all the participants all across the country who have participated in this workshop. I am thankful to the leadership of our university, Professor R.C. Kuhar. You must have seen, with all these disturbances, the kind of patience, the kind of enthusiasm which he has maintained. It is difficult. he has continuously tried to listen despite all kind of disturbances. He tried to complete his speech despite all disturbances, and from senior people like him, we can take advantage to the young people that we should also learn. So we thank you, sir, for taking so much interest and guiding us to organize such events. We are thankful to all the organizing team members who has not been on the screen, who are off the screen, of the young scholars as well as faculty members from our university. They all has been working. So once again, thank you very much. And as I announced, that detailed schedule for tomorrow and the revised link for tomorrow will be given to you by tonight 8 or 9 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we end our session here. आपका नेक्स्ट सेशन कल मॉर्निंग में होगा, जिसकी डिटेल्स आपको आपके कंसर्न व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स में आज रात तक डाल दी जाएंगी, जैसा कि सर ने बताया है. तो आप प्लीज कीप पेशेंस, आपके पास सारी डिटेल्स हैं, वो साथ आते रहेंगी. कोई भी आपकी क्यूरीज हैं वो भी आप अपने कंसर्न ग्रुप्स में पूछ सकते हैं. उसके साथ ही हम आपकी अटेंडेंस का फीडबैक फॉर्म, आपकी अटेंडेंस फॉर्म आपके अगले सेशन से ऑनवर्ड्स आपको हर सेशन के बाद सेंड कर दिया जाएगा. अभी इस सेशन के लिए आपका कोई भी फीडबैक लिंक नहीं होगा. अगले सेशन के बाद से आपको डेली अटेंडेंस फॉर्म भरना पड़ेगा. तो अभी हम यहाँ पे अपना इनॉग्रल सेशन यहीं पे खत्म करते हैं. आई थैंक यू सो मच स्पेशली अवर वीसी सर to keep patience or for this much time, and our organizing team and all the participants also. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Record